Okay, so in last lecture we have completed some sketch part. So let's continue with geometrical constraints. So what are they? In order to give relations or constraint, we need some geometrical constraints. So let's take a look. So first of all, select model, and then here you can assign the model name. Here the path you can define where you want to save the file, and here there are options of changing units. So let's keep it millimeter. Press OK, and then we will go with the 3D modeling interface. So in this we will continue with the sketch environment. So just select from menu, insert, and sketch in task environment. So it will redirect you to your sketch toolbars like this. So here, in order to create any of your sketch, you need to select one of the plane out of the three principal planes. So let's select this one, xy plane, and here we will click just OK. Here you can orient your sketch how your screen will be visible. For example, here I have selected horizontal orientation, and here by default, if you want to select the x-axis, then you can select from here. Let's suppose I want to select this x-axis, so x-axis will be aligned to horizontally. So let's select this. Now you can see this x-axis has been aligned and y-axis is vertical. So till here we have, I think, completed in last lecture this one, delete curve. So let's understand today the concept of geometrical constraint. Now what are they? Let's suppose if I am drawing some line here from origin point like this, okay, and by default I will make the continuous dimension off, so it will not create any tedious job for me. Let's select one circle here, one random circle here, one small circle, and 2-3 lines in order to understand geometrical constraint. So just click on geometrical constraint, shortcut is C. When you will click, you will be asked for the dialog box. Just press OK. Now here there are around 12 geometrical constraints are present in this version. In upgraded version there are more geometrical constraints. So let's select this one, coincident. Now what it will do, it will make generally the coincidence means touch, so it will touch 2 points. So here one option is there, automatic selection progression. If you will select this automatically, after selecting first object, your second selection will be on. Otherwise what happens, both the objects will select in the only one box. So just make this on. Now select this line, end point of the line, and select this one. So as you can see that our circle has coincide with the end point of line. So this is the use of the coincidence. Now let's understand second one, the point on curve. Now what it will make, as you can see, it will constrain a vertex or a point on curve. So just let's select this objects to be constrained. Let's select this line, and the second one I will select this point. So it will automatically constrain this point on curve. Now if I selected, I will undo it with the help of Ctrl Z. Now if I have selected the mid one, okay, this circle, and let's select the midpoint. Here I am not able to get the midpoint. So from here you can select the different snaps. Let's select this one, start point. So you will find that here your point is on the curve. Now if you will move this one, for example close this part, and if you move this circle, it will be moved along this point, so it gets tangent. If you move this line, it will get move along this. Now let's continue with geometrical constraint. The third one is tangent point. As you can see here, tangent So it will make your circle tangentially to your line. For example, here one tangent relation has been established. Now in order to make some parallel surfaces, for example, whatever the angle of this line is there, if I want to make the same angle with this line, I will click these two lines with the parallel constraint. And likewise you can create perpendicular, for example this line and this one, so it will make a perpendicular relation. The next one is horizontal. In order to make any of your slant line horizontal completely, you can use this. For example, I have two lines here, and first I will go with horizontal constraint and then vertical constraint. So let's make it horizontal, so it will just align horizontal. As you can see here, horizontal constraint has been covered. And the next one is vertical constraint. In order to align any of your line vertically, you can just select the vertical constraint. Now there is a midpoint constraint. So what it will do, it will align your vertex, any point, to your midpoint. For example, let's take this one. Okay, let's take this center point and select this line. So as you can see, it is aligned with the midpoint of this line. Now the third next one is collinear. So what it will make, it will collinearly align two or more lines. So it's just similar to, we can say, symmetricity. So let's create some lines here. So here I have drawn here random lines. For example, let's create 3 lines, then we will use collinear one. So let's make this one. Select first line here and the second line, so it will align here in the one single direction. Likewise, if I have drawn here some line, okay, I want to align this line and this line, I will use collinear. So in order to make more than 3 collinear, you just need to automatic selection deselect and just select this line and this line. Now you can select this one, so all 3 line will get aligned with the similar line. Now come concentric. So concentric is nothing but when the circle, more than 2 circle are drawn here, and when their centers are made same, it is called concentric relation. For example, I wanted to make all these circles to be with the same center, then I will select this circle, second circle, and in next I will select this one, so all will be aligned with this circle. Now remember one thing. Okay, let's finish these two and I will say, now there is a equal length and equal radius. So what it will make, it will make equal length. Suppose I have here described 90 mm. So in order to make any of the line to get 90, I will just select this line, okay, and select another line. Let's suppose select this line, so it's get bigger, it will get up to 90 mm. Likewise, if you want to make equal radius, you can just select the, so let's suppose this one and this one, so your second selection has been selected and got equal radius. Now if your sketch is not defined, okay, you have not user defined your sketch, then always your second selection will be marked as your change. For example, let's observe here, I am selecting one circle and I am defining this circle with specific dimension here. Let's suppose I wanted to make it 300. Okay, I have just defined the diameter here and also the position has also been defined. Now if you just try to drag this circle, you will not able to drag it, because the position has been marked here in the center position as well as the diameter has been fixed. Likewise, if you have drawn here this another circle here, okay, and if I mark the here from this point till here, if I give horizontal distance as well as vertical distance, it will get fixed with the position. So let's make it 500, and let's keep the vertical distance as it is. Okay, so in order to define one circle with the position here, let's make it 100 mm. Okay, so when after that you will, if you will assign the geometrical constraint, for example here equal radius I will apply to this circle. As you can see here, we have specific dimension given here, so it is a specifically defined one. So if I select first, in the first selection, if I select this one, okay, and in the second I will select this one, okay, so this radius has been changed. Okay, so if you either you select this one as a first or second as this, there is no any changes regarding this. If your first object is defined, then your automatically second undefined one will be given preference with respect to your defined object. Now let's take an example. If I have not given here specific dimension, okay, of radius, let's suppose I delete this one. Okay, I delete this diameter. So now none of the circle is defined with the diameter. Now if I will use the geometrical constraint, then it will go with the our selection. Let's suppose if I select this one as a first circle, and in second box I will select this one, then what will happen? This circle will get the size of this one, means the second selection will be always changing. But it is only in the cases when our both the objects are not defined. But if any one of the object is defined with some specific value, then another will define with respect to that object. Okay, so I hope you are cleared with the geometrical constraint. Now let's take some here. So the first important thing you need to consider is continuous auto dimension. When you will make here off from here, then you will not provide any of your dimensions by the software. The second one is you can just select here in order to pin it here. So I will just select all this. Okay, now let's understand what are this. So here you can see, if you are on with the display sketch constraint, it will show you a sketch constraint. For example, here equal radius constraint is there. If you just deselect it, your constraint will be hidden. Likewise, you can display sketch constraints from here. And now there is one more option here, show or remove constraint. So from here you can also remove your constraint. For example, here if I select this one, here it is highlighted equal radius. From here I can remove the listed one. Okay, if I want to remove, I will just apply it. So one constraint has been deleted. Likewise, if I want to auto constraint this one, so I will just select entity, like for example this curve and this curve, and make okay. So it will get auto constraint. For example, let's make it and select equal radius. Okay, and also select this one. So it will, you will find that equal radius has been automatically constrained. Just like you can give auto dimension here. For example, here auto dimension you can give. From here just select this one, okay, this circle, and apply. So here you will find that one diameter has been given here, and the position diameter also had been given. But these are the weak dimension given by the software itself according to their positions. Once you click it and just define your diameter, then it will get stronger dimension. So with the help of color you can find which are your weak dimension and which are your predefined dimensions. So in light gray color you will find the dimension which are given by the software itself with respect to their positions, and these are the specific dimension given by user. So in order to animate any dimension, now what does animate means? Animate means simply excite, okay, to give energy. So if I want to animate this, let's suppose this circle, okay, I will just select it, and here you can select upper lower limit and cycles. If I apply it, you will find here the circle has been animated with respect to the diameter. Now the lower limit I have set here 144, and the upper I have selected 176. Likewise, if you want to edit this one, you can edit it. Just okay, just press escape and you can edit it. For example, it will not make changes in your dimension, but it will just show how your circle started from your and the ending position. For example, if I want to animate this 160 circle with lower limit 0 and upper limit, let's suppose 160, and I want to make step cycle in 10, so you will get from 0 to 160 like this. So it will just show you animation, nothing else. Just stop it, okay. So and after that you will find here convert to reference. Now what it will make, it will convert your selected object into reference like this. And if you want to just reverse this process, you can just reverse it, make it solid one, select this and convert to, and select this object and make it active, okay. Now here, from here, if you will show your inference constraint and auto continuous dimension, okay, so you can just deselect it from if you don't want your auto dimension to reside. And from here you are having one options to just hide your dimension. Just go in hide section, and when one window will pop up here like this. So by selecting any of your entity you can hide. For example, here you want to hide this one, you can hide it. Now comes here show and hide, okay. So if you select this show and hide, here you will find different things which you wanted to hide like this. If you just wanted to hide your dimension, just select the PMI objects, and here from here sketch dimension hide. So all the sketch dimensions are temporarily hide. If you want to reverse this process, just select show. So from here you can just hide your sketches, geometries, okay, dimensions, datums, etc. So I hope this was the sketch menu, okay. Now we will move towards 3D in our next lecture. So I hope you understand all the things. Now here you have seen here sketch is fully constrained with 2 auto dimensions. Now what does that means? It means that the sketch has been fully constrained. For example, it is fully defined, okay. So remember one thing, in order to make any of your object defined, you just need to have 3 dimensions. For example, if I am not drawing here, okay, if I drawn one circle or polygon, let's take it circle here, okay. So in order to make this sketch completely defined, what are the dimensions I needed? So three types of dimension. The first one is the vertical position of this circle with respect to origin. So let's make it 245, enter. Okay, so in one direction it is constrained. Now if you just drag it, it will not get dragged in upside or downward direction, it will drag in x direction. So the second constraint I need is the horizontal dimension from origin to your object. So let's create it, assign the value as you want. Let's make it 400. Okay, so now just drag it, it will not get drag in either x-axis or y-axis. But if I drag it here, the circles will get bigger and smaller. This means that the diameter has not been defined. So the third dimension I need to define this is its own diameter or its own value. If it is line, you can just define with your length. If it is circle, you can define it with your diameter or radius. So only three dimensions are required in order to make the sketch fully constrained. So I hope you got this idea how to make the constraint. And yeah, one more thing, let's draw here one line. Let's suppose I have drawn here one line here. Okay, and if I just got rotated like this, you can just make it normal from this window. Okay, just select this one. Now if I want to make this lines fully defined, okay, so how we can use this? Now there is no need to give dimension from the center. As we have defined one object, we will use this circle as a reference point. For example, I will give dimension from this point till here. I'll make it horizontal and just assign some value like 300 or anything. And another constraint I will make it from the same center, but it's vertically. So let's assign 110, and the third one I will define its length. So as soon as I define its length, the sketch will get fully constrained, as you can see here. Okay, so there is no need to give your dimension from your origin. Once you have defined some entity with respect to your origin and it is fully defined, you can make any of your other entity with reference to your last one. So this was the concept of geometrical constraint and dimension. I hope you enjoyed and understand all the things. Now in our next lecture we will continue with the 3D commands. So just let's have some sort of look. So here are the 3D commands: extrude, hole, pattern. All are the 3D commands, and this one also. So we will continue from extrude command. So I hope you understand all the things.